Place 1. The Boötes Void. Astronomers call it a void, but the Boötes Void is too large, too empty, too unnatural to be described by such a simple word. It spans nearly 330 million light-years across. If the Milky Way were placed at its center, we could travel for hundreds of millions of light-years in any direction without encountering a single star. Not one. The universe is supposed to be structured like a cosmic web. Galaxies cluster together. Superclusters branch like nerves. Even empty regions usually contain stray stars or dwarf galaxies. But not the Boötes Void. It is an ocean of nothing, a desert so vast that it bends intuition. Its emptiness raises questions scientists still cannot answer. How did it form? Why is it so clean? How many galaxies should exist there, but never did? Some researchers propose that multiple smaller voids merged over billions of years, leaving behind a supervoid. Others suggest early cosmic fluctuations prevented matter from ever settling inside it. But the most unsettling interpretation comes from the perspective of cosmic evolution. If life exists elsewhere in the universe, distances inside the Boötes Void are so extreme that two civilizations could evolve, rise, fall, and disappear without ever seeing a single light from another world. It is cosmic isolation at a scale the human mind cannot process. This place is not frightening because of what is inside it. It is frightening because it contains nothing at all. Place 2. Stellar mass black holes. Black holes are not rare. They are everywhere. Born from collapsing stars, they populate galaxies like silent ghosts. For every bright star visible in the night sky, there may be dozens of black holes drifting invisibly, undetectable unless they feed. A stellar mass black hole is typically just a few kilometers across, but its gravity is so intense that space folds around it. If you fell toward one, you would notice nothing unusual at first. Gravity feels normal at a distance, but cross the account horizon and the laws of physics lose meaning. Inside, time slows to a crawl from an outside perspective, but to you, time feels normal as your body stretches in a process scientists call spaghettification. The difference in gravity between your head and feet becomes so extreme that your atoms elongate into a line of particles. Even more disturbing, thousands of these black holes drift freely through our galaxy. Some spin at incredible speeds, firing jets of particles, devouring gas clouds, or silently orbiting invisible partners. One may even be closer to Earth than we realize. They make no sound. They emit no light. They wait. Black holes are frightening not because they exist, but because they exist everywhere. Place 3. The Great Attractor. Something massive is pulling our galaxy across space. The Milky Way, Andromeda, and thousands of galaxies around us are moving at unimaginable speed toward the same point, as if the universe itself is being dragged into a gravitational drain. This mysterious pull is known as the Great Attractor. The problem is that we cannot see what it is. The Milky Way's dust blocks all view in that direction. Telescopes fail. Light cannot pass. Everything behind this cosmic curtain is hidden. The gravitational force is so large that it distorts the motion of entire galaxy clusters. We are falling into something that may be a supercluster, a concentration of dark matter or something stranger. The Shapley concentration, even farther beyond the Great Attractor, appears to pull with even more force, suggesting that what we feel may not be a single object, but a chain of massive structures woven together. The fear does not come from danger, it comes from the unknown. We are being pulled toward a place we cannot observe, cannot understand, and cannot avoid. Every second, every star in the Milky Way moves closer to the Great Attractor. It is the universe's silent current, dragging us into darkness. Place 4. Neutron Stars. Neutron stars form when massive stars collapse under gravity, but stop just short of becoming black holes. What remains is a sphere barely 20 kilometers wide, containing more mass than the Sun. The density is so extreme that atoms collapse, electrons fuse with protons, and the entire star becomes a single giant nucleus. If you stood on its surface, you would weigh billions of tons. If you dropped a pebble, it would hit the surface at a third of the speed of light. If you touched the atmosphere, you would be vaporized instantly. Magnetars, the most extreme neutron stars, possess magnetic fields so powerful they can distort atomic structures. Their bursts of radiation are strong enough to disrupt satellites, fry electronics, and erase data across vast distances. A single magnetar flare detected in 2004 briefly altered Earth's upper atmosphere, even though the star was 50,000 light-years away. Neutron stars are terrifying because they defy imagination. They are stars condensed into impossible objects where matter behaves in ways no human body could survive, and physics itself bends under pressure. They are tiny, they are dense, and they are deadly beyond comprehension. Place 5. The edge of a supermassive black hole. At the center of most galaxies lurk supermassive black holes, millions or billions of times heavier than the Sun. The one at the center of the Milky Way, Sagittarius A star, is relatively quiet. Others are violent, consuming entire stars, bending the fabric of space, and firing jets of energy across thousands of light-years. Near the edge of a supermassive black hole lies the accretion disk, a swirling maelstrom of plasma heated to temperatures beyond anything humans have ever created. At these edges, space stretches like rubber, light bends around the hole, time slows dramatically, reality becomes warped. If you orbited too close, your seconds would become hours for someone watching from afar. If you fell in, no force could pull you back. The event horizon is one way, an invisible waterfall in space-time. Beyond it lies the singularity, a point of infinite density. Physics ends there. No one knows what happens next. Supermassive black holes shape galaxies. They regulate star formation. They influence cosmic evolution. Yet they remain among the most frightening objects ever found because they combine unstoppable force with absolute mystery. We orbit one, we depend on one. We will never escape its influence. Place 6. The Eridanus supervoid, the cold spot. The cold spot is one of the strangest anomalies in the universe. First discovered in the cosmic microwave background radiation, it appears as a large region significantly colder than the rest of the early universe. Temperature differences across the CMB are normally tiny, but the cold spot is too large, too cold, and too structured to fit standard models. Some scientists believe it is a supervoid, a region where matter density is much lower than average, but even that explanation struggles to match the size and temperature of the cold spot. Others suggest something far more unsettling, that the cold spot may be evidence of a collision with another universe during cosmic inflation. In the earliest moments after the Big Bang, space expanded faster than the speed of light. If multiple universes existed in this primordial foam, they could have collided, leaving scars behind. The cold spot might be one of those scars. If so, it would be the first observable evidence of a multiverse, a reminder that our universe may not be alone, and that the boundary between universes may not be as distant as we believe. What frightens scientists is not the cold spot itself, but what it implies. We might live in a universe that has already collided with another. Place 7. Gamma-ray burst zones. Gamma-ray bursts are the most violent explosions ever recorded. Triggered by collapsing stars or merging neutron stars, they release more energy in a few seconds than the sun will produce in 10 billion years. A direct burst pointed at Earth would strip away the ozone layer instantly, expose the surface to deadly radiation, and ignite mass extinction. No warning, no defense, just sudden annihilation. GRBs happen frequently across the universe. Most are far away, but some have occurred close enough to affect Earth's atmosphere in the past. Scientists believe a gamma-ray burst may have contributed to the Ordovician mass extinction 450 million years ago. The horrifying part is that GRBs fire in narrow beams. If one points at you, you never see it coming. They are cosmic snipers, firing death across galaxies. Place 8. The Intergalactic Medium. Between galaxies lies a vast darkness. It appears empty, but it is not. The intergalactic medium is a thin plasma of ionized hydrogen stretched across unimaginable distances. It is so diffuse that a cubic meter may contain only a few atoms, yet it reaches temperatures of millions of degrees. This region is dangerous not because of collisions, but because there is nothing. No stars for warmth, no planets for shelter, no landmarks for orientation. A spacecraft entering the intergalactic medium would drift endlessly unless it carried its own propulsion and energy for thousands or millions of years. Rogue planets, dead stars, discarded debris, and ion storms travel through this area without rules or boundaries. It is the cosmic equivalent of being stranded in the deepest ocean without a surface to swim toward. The fear of the intergalactic medium comes from isolation. If the universe has an abyss, this is it. A place beyond help, beyond navigation, beyond meaning. These are 8 of the most terrifying places in the known universe, places where physics breaks, where nature turns hostile, where emptiness itself becomes a threat. And yet, these are only a fraction of what the cosmos hides. If you like, the next video can explore rogue black holes, dark energy, quasar jets, false vacuum collapse, dead galaxies, and the most terrifying fence of all, the heat-death horizon. The universe is beautiful, but beauty here is built on danger.